Larry Haws, when he goes to a convention, a meeting, he always carries a child. Now, I can't carry my child today, but I can stand one up in this chair. This is my grandson, and I'm going to tell him how to be a success. Now, as an old, you can sit down. You're making me look ugly. As an old coach, and I've coached some of you, and I've coached a lot of your children. In coaching, I've won 14 state and national titles in 4 different sports. And I'm going to tell you how. And I'm going to tell him how to be a success. You're fired up and you work hard. You're passionate and you work hard. I come from a family, my dad and mom, they had 8 children. And my dad had an 8th grade education. And we wanted to be educated. And he moved us off the farm and he bought a house between a library and a college. And he said, "What else can I do for you?" In those days, the state paid for 66% of the tuition, and I paid for the rest because minimum wage matched tuition. Because my daddy was a custodian at the college and he had health care. And we didn't have to worry about that. I didn't think I was doing that well. When I was young, I thought it was hard. And now I see where these guys are going to graduate with a mortgage equivalent to a house without a house. That's not right. And why did I wait this long to tell you whether I was going to run or not? I waited this long because I wanted to know whether I have a fire in my belly to make a difference, whether I'm going to devote and I'm going to outwork anybody at the Capitol. And the answer is yes. Now I'm going to go out campaigning with my campaign hat on. And I'm going to tell you the same. I went up to the door with my hat on because they know it's the Haws with the hat. There's 3 Hawses down there, 3 Larry Hawses. It's the Haws with the hat. They could do it. It's the good-looking Haws. It's the smart Haws. It's a Haws with passion and that's willing to work. But no, they do it the Haws with the hat. I'm at the door and I hear the rattling inside. And they're not coming to the door. Being an old salesman, I'm either going to knock harder or I'm going to the back door. So I knocked harder, and finally the curtain moved a little bit. And he looked at my hat and he says, "Are you the sheriff?" I said, "I am not. I'm an elected official." And he says, "Are you Republican or Democrat?" I said, "I'm Democrat." He said, "Let me in, we gotta talk about some things." He had a voice, a singular voice. A voice so quiet that he had to make sure I wasn't the sheriff. You have a voice. But more important than that, you can collectively shout. Your voices together will shout. And we're going to shout about the gusset plates on the bridge. We shouted about the gusset plates on the bridge. We shouted about bridges falling down. We shouted about traffic being jammed up. And we passed a transportation bill. It was so needed that my liberal friends of the Minnesota Chamber endorsed it. Holy smokes, are they liberal? I don't think so. But they do know we need an economy that's moving forward. And so if it requires that we pay of our purse, we need an economy that moves forward. We got to find the gusset plates in education. And we got to rid ourselves of those gusset plates. And when we worked at passing the best legislation for special education, it was a step forward. It was a baby step forward. This coming year, we need a program. We need best practice. We need priority. We need cost. And we need to override the governor unless you give us 5 more Democrats. 5 more Democrats, and we will do it in a progressive manner. Can you do everything with passion and hard work? My daddy said yes. I tell this young man yes. Every coach I've ever had said yes. Let me try one more. Paul Wilson, a liberal lion for sure, says if you want success, it comes to those that have passion and work hard. Now you join me in this. Do not let me alone knocking on doors. Don't let me be the only one making phone calls. Don't hide your $10 bill from me, Mr. Krafnick. You get it out. You got to join, because collectively we can shout. And we will shout that we want to live in Minnesota and not Mississippi. I want to live in a state with quality of life. I want school districts that work. I want health care for everyone. And I want to go from the east side to the west side without taking a swim in the Mississippi. And we will. You support me, and I will give you passion, I will give you perspiration, and I will give you a Democrat that you can be proud of. Thank you.